Hello there, and a very warm welcome to this week's stream. My name is Paul Webber. This is Love Audio's YouTube channel. You're very welcome, and don't forget to drop us a line if you are new here today, watching for the first time. Love to hear from you. Tell us where you're listening from or viewing from, wherever it is in the world. Currently, it's 8 o'clock UK time. Wherever it is, wherever you're viewing from, then please do let me know. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell as well if you want to be notified about upcoming videos. I'm hoping to go live, as it says in the introduction there, each and every Monday evening at 8 o'clock UK time. That may or may not vary. We're going to try and stick to the schedule if possible. But if that doesn't work for you, obviously do let us know. But we kind of find that that's about the right time for me personally, and hopefully the right time for viewers in the UK and also for viewers in the States as well. So welcome along. Let me just give you a bit of background if you've not been here before. This is a channel dedicated to those that are brand new to audio production. So, maybe you've just got a brand new mixer. You've got it out of the box, you have no idea what it does, you've got a few cables, you want to plug that in, you want to make sure it works. Also, you may have got some new software and you want to know how to kind of route things in and out. You want to know how to record MIDI. We did that last week, but it's in the video stream. If you just check one of those videos out, you'll see that. So it could be a number of things. And also I'd like your help as well. So if you've got a particular project or topic that you want me to try and dig deeper and explore, then I'd really love to hear from you. So make sure you leave a comment in the box with a chat in the chat. Okay, so really do like to hear from you if that's at all possible. Let's take a look. That was me earlier on, so that's fine. But do drop me a message. We'll get your question on screen as well. And just crack on. I think we're going to move on and get things started. So this is Love Audio, passionate about production. Welcome along. Let's get right into it. Okay, as I said before, my name is Paul Webber from Love Audio. Passionate about production is my strapline. Just a little bit of background as well before we dive into stuff. I'm predominantly a radio presenter. I'm also a voiceover artist and as well as audio producer. So, but you know what? I'm completely self-taught. I didn't go to college for any of this. I kind of, did same as you're doing, really. Watch a load of tutorials on YouTube and various other platforms just to kind of learn the ropes, really, and find out what I need to do. And when I did come across problems, such as the one we're going to dive into tonight, then, YouTube was my first port of call. There's a brilliant musician and audio producer called Joe Gilder. He runs Home Studio Corner. He also works full-time now for PreSonus, which is good because luckily we're using the PreSonus Studio Live 32SC 32 channel professional digital mixing system, and I've actually got a live camera that I can show you here. So if we dive into this is the mixer itself, and we'll be looking at a couple of the items on there a little bit later on in the stream. Okay, so if you want to get your head around that particular mixer, then you've come to the right place. All right, so we'll have a look at that a little bit later on in more detail. In the meantime, as I said, I do voiceover work. I'm a radio presenter as well on a station called The Breeze in South Devon. It's part of the Celador Radio Group. And we've just been acquired by Bauer Media, who are the second biggest audio radio broadcaster in the country. And we're not sure what's going to happen with our brand and our station, but of course that will come in time. We'll find out exactly how they want to kind of integrate the Celador radio stations, along with a lot of others that they bought around about 12 months ago. We'll find out how they want to integrate that into the way that Bauer do things here in the UK. But back to tonight, what I want to do is to go over something I picked up from, I mentioned Joe Gilder earlier on, and he was really instrumental in me kind of figuring out how to do this, because I was stuck for ages on trying to learn how to get audio signal from the mixing desk into my live stream. Now that sounds really simplistic, I know, and it's probably really easy with the equipment you've probably got. But he was instrumental in showing me how to do it, and what he did come up with was a great idea. And that is, if I can just draw your attention to the mixing desk again. What I've got here on the user panel, if I press the user button, this goes back to how it should be set up. So channel 1 is channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc., all the way through. Channel 3 and 4, I've got the DAW coming down, that particular channel. So that's PreSonus Studio One 4.6 Professional. That's the software that I'm using to do audio production on. I haven't got an instance of that open tonight, but I can do. If you want to put those in the comments, I'll open it up and we'll do some projects on that a little bit later on. But today is more about that kind of audio routing or routing problem, as you might say in the States, of course. So getting audio from the mixing desk into any live production, of course, like we're doing tonight. So on channel 2, I've got my microphone plugged in, and if I lower the volume, you're obviously not going to be able to hear me properly, but I'll bring the volume up to there again, so it's back to normal. I've got an SM58 microphone plugged into channel 1, but I've got it muted at the moment because I'm not using it. As I say, channel 3 and 4 on the desk is my DAW, digital audio workstation. 5, 6, 7, 8 redundant at the moment, anyway, until I get a band in here and start doing some practicing and stuff like that. Channel 9, I've got the booth microphone. Now, because I do voiceovers, I've got a voiceover booth just behind the camera, which you can't see currently. You might be able to see it if I angle up the camera. That's the booth just there, this white object, big white box, if you like, behind the screens there. And inside there is my Marshall MXL 2001 microphone. I've had it for years, and it's served me really, really well. I've thoroughly enjoyed using it, and it's been a fantastic microphone all the way through. Recorded many a voiceover on that particular microphone. So I've got that on channel 9 on the mixing desk. And again, that's muted because I don't want any feedback coming through from the booth itself. And that's going through let me go back to my camera here. That's going to the rack down here, which you can't see. It's underneath the desk itself. That's going into a Behringer Ultra Gain Pro, which is a Valve preamp. So it's going to give you a nice, warm, rich sound before it comes into the desk. And the desk itself has got some really, really good preamps on it. But I wanted this Behringer one, so that's in the rack itself. And the booth mic is going through that. Moving on to 15 and 16 on the desk itself. Let's go back to the desk. And 15 and 16, I've got my DJ equipment, the Denon DJ mixer. Stereo pair of channels, 15 and 16 on there. The next bag, 17, 18, 19, 20, blah, 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 all the way through to 32. Nothing going in there because I don't have enough equipment to plug into all of that stuff. So that's for future reference. And then you've got the FX returns, A, B, C, and D on 1, 2, 3, and 4 on that one. Auxiliary in 1 and 2. And then you've got the tape. Now, the tape is anything from the computer. Now, I struggled for ages on this because Windows has got this really strange thing of routing everything automatically to channels 1 and 2. But luckily, Studio Live 32A has everything that's in the computer coming through on this one, which is channel 30. Hang on a second, we can select it. 37 and 38 on the desk itself, which is cool. So this particular desk, as you can see, it does absolutely plenty, which is a really, really good a good mixer, as I say. So so what I wanted to do is to get all of those kind of things into one section. Into one section here on the desk. So it's nice and easy. It's always there when I need it. I don't have to go searching through banks and banks of faders to try and get to it. So what Joe Gilder was instrumental in saying is that, what he does this. So I've got the SM58 coming in on channel 1, which is muted, and the fader's down as well. There it is. Just going to fade that down a little bit further. You'll see that just there on the edge. Probably not. I can't quite get the angle down far enough. But anyway, you get the idea. So it's on channel 1 and it's faded down and it's muted. Channel 2 is my microphone, as I mentioned before, and I'm using an Icon C14 microphone. It's a gold spattered diaphragm, large diaphragm microphone, and this is what I'm talking to you now on. So hopefully the quality is there for you. The room isn't particularly treated, but it's got some furnishings behind me and a few pads on the wall to kind of absorb that sound. I've yet to put up some side panels to get those first reflections when I use the monitors. But you know, so far it's not too bad in here, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, not a bad sized room, and it's this was, by the way, this was 2 old brick built sheds. I kid you not. All right, this was a big wall went across here, and the bit that I'm sitting in now was my dad's old tool shed, where the booth is behind the camera. There was a coal shed, and beyond that was a really cold, dingy outside toilet, which we didn't use very often because it was bitterly cold out there. Now all of that has been redone. The toilet is now a really nice suite in there with a sink and everything else. Hot and cold tap if you need to wash your hands, of course, which we should be doing, of course, for 20 seconds, no less. And new double glazed doors fitted front and back. The ceiling had 2 roof lights put in it as well to let that natural light come through during the daytime, which is brilliant. That was corrugated plastic on the roof itself, but it's now really thick double glazed windows, which is really cool. And then yeah, so everything's been insulated and soundproofed and plastered and painted. This beautiful blue colour you see, which is nice, and white ceiling. I've got lights in the ceiling, but I don't really need those. I've got these kind of big theatrical photographic lamps on either side of me, so hopefully I'm kind of well lit tonight. So hopefully that is the case. All right. Like I say, if you would like to say hi, please do so. Let me know that you're in the room itself, and as I say, we'd like to hear from you. If you have a message, I can then flash that up on this little thing here. That was mine from earlier on, and it should hopefully rotate. As soon as you put a message in there, trust me, it should come up on the screen. At least that's what the technology is telling me it should do, all right? Can't guarantee it, but you know, we'll hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll happen. What else can I tell you about this evening? Yeah, so let's go to the mixer itself. And what I wanted to do, as I said, was to get all of that all this audio, the main stuff really. So the DAW, I've got on 1, 2, 3, 4, but of course that's a stereo pair as well. It comes up on just one channel, which is brilliant. So you're not using loads and loads of channels. You can actually bring a stereo pair of channels up on one channel on the desk, which is cool. So that's channel 4. Next to it is the stuff coming back from the PC, and I can demonstrate that for you. So for instance, if I wanted to play some music through the PC back through the desk, I just press my button on the Stream Deck here. You should be able to hear that. And if I cut across to the mixer, turn that light off, just there, bring that down. So my microphone is still coming up through there. You're hearing that. But anything coming back from the computer is coming up through that channel there. Stop that. There we go. So that's the idea for that. The TalkBack mic is channel along. And then, as I say, I've got the Denon 15 and 16 coming up through just one channel again, saving that that hardware, if you like, just by having it on one channel, which is really cool. So I'm only using, on the user section, I'm just using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 channels out of potential 32 plus, which is fantastic. So I've got everything at my fingertips on that one section. But if let's say, for instance, I didn't want or before I was trying to struggle with getting that audio back through to the streaming and all the rest of it, I wasn't going through the solo bus, and that's what's happening with these. So all these orange lights are the solo bus. So for instance, if I played the music again, take solo off, do you hear that's a definite volume change there? And that's because it's going through a separate bus. If I put it back on again, I'll show you. Let's turn that off again, just for the music side of things. On the mixer itself, you've got, and again, I'm going to have to kind of juggle things around a bit here to get the picture. Can't bring that down any further than I already have. I'm so sorry. There we go. So if I do that, you can see here that on the bank of, you've got auxiliaries, subs and matrices, I should say, all the way down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you could have headphone mixes, you could have mixes going off to separate speaker sets. But here I've got mix 1 and 2, and it's highlighted in green here on the desk. You see that? So if I press that, the mixer automatically goes to 0 there. But if I scroll across, you'll see that we have one channel only, which is coming up through the desk itself, which is called, I've labeled it main 1, okay? And that is giving us the volume that's going to today's stream. So if I bring that fader down, I'm still talking. Bring that fader up like that, okay? You can now hear me, and I go a little bit beyond Unity. Unity is obviously at 0, so I go a little bit beyond that to give us the volume that we need coming into that particular stream, all right? So it's just above Unity there, and that's what's creating that main mix, okay? And it's using all of the routing into the solo bus. That's where that main is taking the signal from. Hope that makes perfect sense. I'm pointing to the mixer like you can see it, but this is what I mean. So this main one here, this is the fader I was talking about, that's controlling all of everything that's going into the live stream. So for instance, if I play the music again, like that, okay, just above Unity again. So you get the idea. So it's all about finding different ways to get that stream to work for you. And like I said to you before, I just struggled for ages in order to get this right. It was such a big thing for me, and now I've done it. I'm hoping and praying that everything remains as it should do. So going back to the user section there. So yeah, there we go. If you've got any questions, by the way, please do let me know. Like I said to you before, I'm using the Studio Live 32SC from PreSonus. That's the mixing desk that you saw just now. And we'll be doing more kind of in-depth tutorials as well as time goes on. Like I say, we're only kind of 3 videos into this particular series, so we've got a long way to go yet. All right, and I'm going to be geared towards answering your questions as well. So if you have anything that you'd like to address that's geared around the PreSonus equipment, or indeed PreSonus Studio Live, which we can certainly dive into if you wish. Let me have a look here. What I can do is bring up. Let's go back a section. We can bring up the desktop like that, and if we go here, we bring up an incident of PreSonus Studio Live. Studio One rather, Professional, which is 4.6 they're up to now, which is great. 4.6.155987, which is cool. That came out January 16th, 2020. This is the professional version. I did have the artist version, which was really cool as well. Works really well. But I decided to upgrade, mainly because this brings in external VST plugins. whereas Artist, you are kind of almost limited by the PreSonus ones. But there are dozens and dozens of PreSonus VST plugins, so don't be put off by the fact that it's just the Artist version, okay? I actually bought a keyboard, a MIDI keyboard, and it came with Studio One Artist. So that's what first got me into the PreSonus gear, which is fantastic. So here we are on PreSonus Studio Live. We're just going to close this particular one. I don't need to open up a new project. I'll just open up something that we've had before. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Where Your Journey Begins. Right, you'll enjoy this. I do mention in the channel description. I do mention that I'm really into jingles in a big way. Really? Okay, fine. Thank you. Guitar Strato sound. Oh, okay. Locate file. I have no idea where that is, to be fair. Okay. Locate file. Okay. I have no idea. Hopefully it won't make a difference. Now, as I said to you before, I'm into jingles and things, audio jingles, ID jingles, radio jingles, jingles that promote products, jingles that promote people, which is pretty cool. You heard my intro at the beginning. Now, this is one that I wanted to recreate. I'm going to put my headphones on for this so I can hear what's going on as well as you can, okay? So, let's play this first.
I might take a plane, I might take a train, I might hire a car and go driving in the rain. I might keep on moving on where the open road takes me. But no matter where I go, there's just one thing I know, that my journey starts here at Davis Travel. It's where your journey begins, at Davis Travel. But no matter where I go, there's just one thing I know, that my journey starts here at Davis Travel. It's where my journey begins, at Davis Travel.
So, yeah, not my jingle originally. It was, in fact, if I've got the actual guide track. And if you're ever doing audio and you want to kind of have a reference track, this is exactly what this is. It's a reference track. So what it does is enables you to listen. In fact, we'll do it in solo. So this was the original jingle as produced by Thomson Creative in 1988. Have a listen. So you get the idea, and I just wanted to change the lyrics and sing over it. There's a drum beat in there as well, but for some reason the drums aren't working at this particular point in time, because what I've done is I've reinstalled some packages, and I think I've misplaced the drum beat there for some reason. And there's also a bass guitar as well. And you know, I wanted that really, really low in the background just as a reference point, and it really helped me for a start to get the beats per minute right, because even though it goes double time halfway through there, doesn't it? The beats per minute are 81.5, and it was so difficult to find that. it sounds like it's 90 beats per minute, but I'm not quite sure. And I had the click track going, and the click track didn't match up with the actual jingle, and I was thinking, how can I get over this? So I managed to get the tempo right in the end, and of course it does double time there. And there is a way in Studio One that you can adjust the tempo partway through the song, and I've yet to learn how to do that, to be honest with you. Automation, it's got to be somewhere along here. Tempo track, there we go. Yeah, so for instance, it's 81.5 until it gets to this point here. Okay, then it jumps. All right. Now I've got to find a way of how I get it to jump, and then does it go back down again? Let me have a listen. Hang on. Yeah, so it goes fast here. And it slows down here.
But no matter,
there.
but no matter, but no matter.
Let me listen to that first on solo. It's that beat right there. So this here, this bit here, 81.5. Somebody do the math. What's that? 2 8s are 16. Okay, 160, 162, 163. Is that right? That can't be right, can it? 81.5 times 2. 163 has got to be, isn't it? I'm sure it is. So I should, in theory... Oh, no, I don't want to do that, do I? Let me think. How do I do that? Oh my gosh, you see, I've already ruined it. 81.5 I'm looking for. That's crazy, isn't it? But do you see what I mean? So you can go up, because the beat goes up there, right? And then comes down. That can't be 240, can it? That'd be ridiculous. What did we say? 2 lots of 81.5 is 63? No, it can't. 163. 63. Let's go with that. 2 8s are 16. 163. 162. 163. This is like microsurgery here. Hang on a second. I'm so close. Hang on. It's not 165. I should be able to... And the tempo's changed at the bottom there, you see? But it comes down again here. Oh, what have I done? I think I've ruined the track. Let me just undo this, because that does not look right, to be fair. So let's undo move points. Undo move points. Undo insert points. Yeah. Let's not worry about that today. That's a whole different ball game, isn't it? To be fair, let's make sure it still plays. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. My song isn't ruined. Thank goodness for that. Let's save that. But yeah, there is a way of changing the tempo partway through the track, and it's kind of like that, like I was doing, but you need to be more accurate with it. And when you do it, you want to make sure that everything stays where it should stay and not move like it did when I did it. Sorry about that. See, I told you things do go wrong. It's a live stream. What do you expect? Please do say hi in the comments if you can. Let's go back to this. There we go. Let's have a look here. Still my message. Come on, guys. Where are you? Tell us where you're from. Would love to hear from you. I know you're watching. Tell us where you are and what you're up to this evening, perhaps. As I say, time's now 8:30. My goodness, that went quick, didn't it? It's Paul Webber here from Love Audio, passionate about production, and here every Monday at 8 p.m. UK time. Talking about everything to do with audio production. If you want to get involved, then please do drop me a line, drop me a comment, and say hi. Let me know where you're from. We've got the mixer here as well, which is pretty cool. And only just today set up my mobile phone as an extra camera, which is pretty cool. It's pretty shaky, and it's on an old stand. You can see it if I go to this camera here. It's balanced. See that? It's got two elastic bands holding it up at the moment. It's a temporary thing, okay? I am going to get it fixed. But yeah, look at that. So I can move the camera around. It's on what was a stand for a monitor. So if you look at that particular image, if I whiz that around, you can see just the edge of my monitor there, the M Audio monitor. Got two of those either side. There's the mixing desk with the volume level coming up there. Look, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And microphone's in the way. Let's move the mic. There we go. And on the other side of the desk is me. Hello. Oh, don't look over there. There's all sorts of rubbish going on over there. See, behind the scenes at last. I will do a proper studio tour as well. One of the videos will be a proper studio tour, believe me, with somebody else filming instead of me doing the hard work. I can do all the kind of pointing to things and say, this is what this does, and this is where this came in, and that's how old that is, and all that kind of stuff. Let's have a glass of water a second. Hang on. Yeah, so I'm going to dive on here a second and see if I can pick up some of your messages. Hang on a sec. Here we go. So go to there, and I click on this one. Right, there we go. Got two of those either side. That's me coming back through. There's the mixing desk. Turn the volume off. So if you're in the room, please do let me know. Say hi as well. Come and say hello even. That would be really cool. And would love to say hi to you. And like I said to you before, if you've got a topic of audio production that you want mentioning, then now's the time to do it. Drop it in a message there, and I look through the messages as much as I can, of course, and I'll reply to as many as I can, and then reply to you and let you know that, it sounds like a great topic. We can address that in the next episode or in a future episode of the videos. So if that's something you'd like to have featured, then please do get involved, okay? It's as simple as that. Would love to see you, and would love to see what you're coming up against as regards audio production. Maybe you've got some issues that you need, like this, like a microphone that won't stay up. I've got some tablets for that. There we go. That should be better, shouldn't it? There we go. Can you hear me all right? Yeah, cool. Fantastic. So yeah, like I say, please do drop me a line. Would love to hear from you. If audio production isn't your thing, I get it. That's fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and I realise that. Then that's absolutely fine too. Just, if you want something particular covered in a future video, then, do let me know. But in the meantime, I'm going to wrap things up here because my voice is going, and I'm sure you've got plenty to do rather than watch me rabbit on. Let's have a look here. Oh, look. Yeah, I can zoom in a bit. How's that? Bags under my eyes. I'm so tired. But if you have something that you'd like to see featured in a future episode. Today's, of course, was looking at that solo mix and how to bring that through the desk and into the video as well, which is really cool. We can certainly do that for you. But like I say, in the meantime, do drop me a note. Let me know if you'd like anything covered in the show itself. And hope to see you real soon. And in the meantime, do take care. Look after each other, won't you? Stay safe, won't you? And whatever happens, join me next Monday at 8 p.m. UK time for another episode of audio production for absolute beginners. All right. That's it from me. Thank you very much. Speak soon. Bye. And whatever happens, join me next Monday at 8 p.m. UK time for another episode of audio production for absolute beginners. All right. That's it from me. Thank you very much.
Love Audio.
Join me next Monday at 8 p.m. UK time for another episode of audio production.